We are, of course, continuing to track the big story which has come in from Tamil Nadu. The NI is currently probing the Mysuru-Darbhanga Express collision that happened around 8:30 p.m. yesterday in Thiruvallur in Tamil Nadu. The goods train was stationed on a loop line when the Bagmati Express hit it at a speed of 80 kilometers per hour. 13 coaches derailed, with some even catching fire, but no casualty has been reported so far. Let's look at what happened when we also took a look at the probe in the 2022 Balasore incident, where, of course, 300 people had died owing to similarities in the two incidents. Let's also listen into what the railway official had to say.
This train was going towards Gudur and further to Andhra Pradesh and via Odisha. It would have gone to Darbhanga. So it started from Mysuru. So while going towards Gudur, it has to pass this station. So at this station, goods train was stabled at the loop line, and this was given precedence. So this was supposed to pass via the main line, run through without stopping. There is no stoppage here. And signals were also given for the main line. But it was unusual that despite having the signals for the main line, the train entered the loop line where the goods train was standing. So it hit the goods train from behind, and because of which this engine has derailed. But fortunately, both our loco pilot and assistant loco pilot are hale and hearty. I mean, now we are, after taking their statement, we will relieve them.
And let's go across now and get you some more details, in fact, emerging on these incidents. Let's quickly, of course, also explain to you what really has happened and how, of course, there are similarities to what took place in Balasore here as well. Now, Mysuru-Darbhanga Express, if we talk about that, what happened is the collision, of course, was reported at 8:30 p.m. It took place at the Kavarai-Petai area. As you can clearly see, of course, over here, this was the accident site, which you can see exactly there on the screen, which was, of course, Kavarai-Petai. Now, this was, of course, the Kavarai-Petai railway station. Reportedly, there were 3 tracks which were present at this site. Track 3, track 2, track 1 can clearly, of course, be pictured over here. In these pictures, of course, there's a main track and there's, of course, the impact. Okay, we've switched a bit fast, unfortunately, but main track, of course, clearly over here, you can, of course, see that was the impact point. This is the loop line, the Darbhanga side. Obviously, there was an error where the train switched to the wrong track, which is why the collision happened. Let's quickly go across to the next slide, where you can, of course, see immediately after the impact, obviously, the big collision of fire was reported. Obviously, the coaches caught fire. And now, of course, as we're clearly saying, that why are there similarities emerging to what happened in Balasore? Let's tell you, what did the Balasore probe found? So the Balasore probe had found that there was wrong signaling, which was a result of which was what caused the accident. The train there was given a green signal for the main line, but point was it was directed to the loop line. Signaling and telecommunication lapses were what was responsible for that tragedy. There were lapses in the signaling and the telecommunications department that was, of course, held responsible for that Balasore tragedy, of course, in which many lives were lost. Now, unusual behavior of switches has been seen, where the switches connecting 2 parallel tracks displayed unusual behavior repeatedly, and this was obviously very, very concerning. The signaling staff continued to work. The signaling staff continued to work even after a reconnection. Memo was issued. And obviously, this was something that kept recurring. Technician responsible for reconnecting the system bypassed it. They, of course, obviously, this was an error here with the technician, of course, bypassing the system. Also, there was a possible rigged location box where the technician rigged the location box to get a green signal for the Coromandel Express, remember, which was involved in that collision there in Balasore. And let's, of course, examine this angle a bit more in detail with our experts who are live with us. Sudhanshu Mani is joining us live, creator of Train 18. We also have T.S. Ramakrishna, railway safety expert, live with us. Prempal Sharma, former executive director, Railway Board, also joins the broadcast. Sudhanshu Mani, let me begin with you first. What do you make of prima facie this incident in Tamil Nadu, and do you also see similarities with the Balasore incident cause here? Sudhanshu Mani, are you there with us? Okay, I think we have lost him there, unfortunately. T.S. Ramakrishna, are you there with us, sir? Mr. Ramakrishna, can you hear me? Okay, I think we're having some problem with Mr. Ramakrishna as well. Let me go across to Prempal Sharma. Prempal Sharma, do we have you?
Yes, yes.
Prempal Sharma, let me bring you in here on this incident, of course, and what prima facie you make of the reason for this tragedy.
You have already explained, I think, like a railway man, your reporting is quite
Thank you.
on expected lines. And you rightly compared with the Balasore. I'm just surprising. It's really a sad story and very unfortunate that when main line is clear, then how all of a sudden entered in the loop line, whether it is designed by somebody's sabotage or this is a human failure or is it some wrong signal, something. We can't comment on that, but your questions are very serious that why such kind of thing happened, though no casualty, but more than casualty, it is a loss of railway wagons. Whole track is disrupted. I'm not able to answer that how long this will continue. One thing I will just add that in the last 1 year after Balasore and many incidents, railway have taken a priority to the safety in the budget also. Let me count some what that I remember, that some assistant loco pilot posts were lying vacant and many other posts of safety were lying vacant. We have taken initiative to fill them as early as possible. Some more steps have been taken. Last some years, there was a shortage of young officers because we have, when we formed Indian Railway Management Services, we have stopped taking engineers from the engineering services examination on the argument that we will take it from civil services. This was, I think, the mistake which we have rectified. And now, in the current engineering services exam, we have added that. But that the young officers are required and they are more technically qualified. So these are some steps. But despite all that, it happens. Some safety inquiry have already been instituted. So we all can wait for that, but we must ensure that such things should not happen at all. That's all.
Yes, let me also quickly, ask you then, Sudhanshu Mani, about, beg your pardon, about Mr. Prempal Sharma, about the comparisons as well that are emerging to Balasore. What do you make also of these this parallel that is being drawn between what happened then and the causes established and what happened now? Prempal Sharma?
No, I have already, whatever I want to say, I have already given my comment because this is yet to unless some inquiries.
So you believe that right now it's too early to draw comparisons between this and the Balasore tragedy?
It's too early because on almost similar line in Balasore tragedy, there was a speculation that some sabotage theory and I don't know what happened after that. Some people were arrested also. And here the same situation can be here also. Otherwise, all of a sudden, when the main line is clear, then how train enters? This is by chance that was a good train. Otherwise, another Balasore would have been repeated. So let's wait for the inquiry. But we have to prevent that at whatever condition it is, because then.
ये पहले क्यों नहीं डाला?
Pardon?
Yes, absolutely. Stay with us, Mr. Prempal Sharma. We have Sanjeev Dyamanavalar also with us live, rail expert live. Sanjeev, a really sad incident, of course, coming to light from Tamil Nadu. Sanjeev, what do you make of this tragedy, and also prima facie, what do you feel went wrong?
Yeah, just thanks for inviting me. Uh, uh, the the incident is similar to Balasur, and it looks like sabotage, but I think railway has a lot of security measures in place where to find out the any sabotage has been attempted in this case. Because this is at the junction, at the stations where uh, uh, the main line and train getting diverted to loop line. So railway, I'm sure railway will have the CCTV cameras and the security guards, manning, all those things. If someone has done a sabotage, it needs manual intervention. It cannot happen just like that. So should not. Is it a technical failure or is it a sabotage? That the thorough investigations should reveal, because this is a serious nature of accident.
Yes, let me also, in fact, ask you, Sanjeev, there is a parallel being drawn between what happened in Balasore, the causes that were established after the probe, and what happened here. Are you seeing a parallel as well?
Just looking at this, I don't think you can tell that because Balasore, there were, I'm not sure the security, the total investigation has been made into public and the cause has been identified. Because the initial theories were many things and it was very the same. But here, in the recent times, whatever you have seen, many places where the sabotage is happening. So railway, the security maybe highest alert because this is a festival season. So I feel at this moment we should not draw the parallel between Balasore and this one, unless the clear the issues has been pinpoint identified in Balasore and made a public with a thorough investigations. And here also it should be clearly brought out the clear investigation with the initial reports. We should not be jumping to the parallel decision.
Yes, T.S. Ramakrishna, let me draw you in here. I believe we have your connection sorted now. T.S. Ramakrishna, your prima facie analysis of what went wrong here in Tamil Nadu.
No, I mean, so it can be, I understand, from my limited understanding, I think that it is due to the mismatch between the signal given and the actual switch operation. So the switch operation is in the reverse, whereas the signal has been given for the normal line, straight line. So this is what has happened. So certainly there is some kind of, mismatch in the technical system. And if there is any significant sabotage angle, that also has to be investigated, because sabotage also can happen because you can put a boulder, between the rails, especially, at the switchover point, and you can force the system not to operate. But again, these all are well, in the track circuit model, if there is anything, only when all the systems are working correct, then the signal will become green. Otherwise, it won't become green. So essentially, I am thinking that it is basically a problem with the signaling operation as well as the point mission operation. So sabotage angle has to be investigated separately. Basically, the focus now for the Indian Railway is to, because the Indian Railway has been doing three things simultaneously. They are only developing the rules for rail safety, and they are only implementing the rules of rail safety and railway operations, and they are only supervising the railway operations. So how can a single entity can be a rule maker, implementer, and then a judge? It can't be. So certainly Indian Railway needs to have a separate rail safety authority with independent charge, Now it is only Railway Safety Commissioner who is given independent charge, who is not under the aegis of Indian Railways, who is under the aegis of Ministry of Civil Aviation. So he is giving reports only after the incident has happened. He is not giving any, the Railway Safety Commissioner is not carrying out any checks and in the railway system on the failures or on the on the flaws in the system, whether it is railway tracks or whether it is bridges or whether it is signal systems. He is not in a position, there is no separate authority as such to check the systems at regular intervals and then find out what is wrong and then how it should be rectified. And the Indian Railway is busy in carrying out their operations. Certainly there must be an agency outside Indian Railways, of course with the railway officers employed for this particular purpose and from some outside experts also, so that they can go and visit the various zones, various divisions, and then they can identify the flaws in the system, and then they can report about it and then ask the railways to take action on these lapses. So unless otherwise such kind of independent safety body is set up by Indian Railways, I'm not going to see any big changes in the way the railway is going to function, because it is becoming irregular. It's all, first of all, this doesn't mean that railway travel has become unsafe. Railway travel has been becoming safe and safe over the years. Now, actually, for example, in this accident, there are no casualties. Why there are no casualties? For two reasons. The first reason is that due to the decision taken by Suresh Prabhu during his railway ministership, he told that we will manufacture only the LHB coaches. We will not manufacture the old Switzerland technology coaches. So with that, when the coaches were turned upside down, when they were moved away from the rail, there were no casualties. There were no major injuries, mainly because of that. So the impact of the train accident has been reduced significantly. The second thing is unmanned level crossings. We have removed unmanned level crossings completely in Indian Railways, thanks to again Piyush Goyal ji, who has shown a lot of interest in this. Now the current ministry has to focus on one thing. They need to improve the safety aspects across domains, across civil, mechanical, electrical, signal and telecommunication domains. Nothing should be left out. And the focus should be on spending and employing the resources, the human resources that is at the disposal of the railways for carrying out, improving the safety standards. Wherever the dilapidated assets are there, you should replace it. If the signal systems are old and they are dilapidated, replace them with the latest technology. We have Kavach. We have ETCS. It was already recommended in Kakotkar committee report in 2012 that why don't we go for ETCS level 2? But there are people who strongly believe that Kavach, the latest Kavach is as good as ETCS 2. And certainly by deploying them, we can reduce the head-on collisions on many trains. That is. But there are other aspects also. So signal and telecommunication, for example, we have to go for electronic interlocking. We should not depend on routerly interlocking. So that is a old model, and that is more or less reliable than the electronic interlocking, or what we call it as microlock. So funding is also important. Now the government, the Ministry of Railways should stop at least for 2 years in developing new projects. They should consolidate the existing network. They must strengthen the existing network and make it error-free. And it is safe and to travel and then do it. And after 2 years, after spending 3-4 lakh crores on railway safety, then let them carry out the expansion projects. You can't ignore the safety, and now you can't do the expansion projects. So this is what the Indian Railway should learn, and then they should do it.
Okay, let me quickly also ask you, Mr. Ramakrishna, about the parallels which are being drawn by some between this and Balasore. Is that fair? Or
from prima facie evidence, it shows as if this accident is as good as Balasore accident. But what I can say is only it's a prima facie thing. Only detailed investigation will give us the detail. I mean, will give the exact reason. Even in case of Balasore accident, the Railway Safety Commissioner has released a report, and he has told about what went wrong with the system. He has told about 2 or 3 things significantly. The first thing is there was a level crossing repair that was happening. Level crossing, manned level crossing repair that was happening, and that didn't work. That work was not properly completed, and that has impacted the railway safety. That is first thing. Second thing is with reference to the signal, the signal and the issue of mismatch between signal and the point mission has been existing in that particular section for a quite long time. And on this particular day, it resulted in accident. So yes, already given some solid reasons for that. But identifying, it is not just enough if you identify the reasons for one accident. We need to look at the safety. We have to carry out safety audit across all the sections, and then take remedial measures, remedial measures independently. And unfortunately, there is no member for railway safety in railway board. He is only at the director general level. And he doesn't have any power to take any actions. It's all, the power is lying with the members of the railway board. There is who is representing from railway board on railway safety? Nobody. So if nobody is representing that, how can we expect railway safety to improve? Who is answerable at the bureaucratic level? Forget about the minister level. At least at the bureaucratic level, who is responsible? Who is taking responsibility for safety improvement? TG safety, Director General Safety, is a relatively less less hierarchical than the member of the railway board, members of the railway board. So Indian Railway needs to really implement the safety standards at war footing in the next 2 years, and then only they can have this bad publicity that is coming out from these kind of accidents.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.